What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5 here in the winter season of series number 5. Today we're driving around in our Opel Manta 400 that we unlocked in the last video by doing the Blast from the Past seasonal trial event. But today we're going to jump into the seasonal championship, which is, if we take a look, the After Party Street Racing Championship, and that'll get us the Ferrari F355. And you can see our car restriction here is a little high. You have to have a car that costs 2 million credits or more, the base cost, not with a tune or anything, but 2 million credits or more, and it has to be an S2 class. So I've got 3 cars set up. I'm not really looking forward to this one because street racing, you know, usually there's pedestrian traffic. The drivatars are a little crazy in S2 cars, but we're going to see if we can't manage to squeak out a win here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I'll jump over here. We'll jump into our first car and then get to racing. All right, so our first car is going to be a car that you could have unlocked last season, or last week, last season, whatever you want to call it. This is the 2014 Ferrari FXXK, and up on the screen you'll see the share code for the tune we're using, along with the name of the tune and the tuner's name. And the reason I give you all that information is just because if the tuner does go in and edits the tune at all, whether it be something as simple as changing tire pressure or gear ratios, it does change the share code. So you can't find it from the share code. You should be able to find it by searching the tuner's name along with the name of the tune. But we're going to go ahead and jump in here and start out the After Party Street Championship with the Festival GATECRASH Street Race. Alright, here we go. So we're going to be racing a bunch of hypercars, supercars, retro supercars, stuff like that. So this is going to be a very fast... Ooh, I like that black and yellow. Is that a stock paint scheme? I don't know that I've ever seen a Ferrari FXXK in anything other than the red and white. But that is... Oh, let's pay attention. It probably works out best in your favor to, you know, keep your eyes on the road, especially with these cars being so fast. You really need every second that you can to think about what's happening. My suggestion too would be to make sure you keep rewind on. As you can see, it already saved me once, and I can guarantee it's going to save me again. We got spun out by that speed tail, I think is what it was. Maybe that was the Valhalla. Wasn't paying that much attention. I was trying to concentrate on the road. This thing does feel really good. Just ignore my driving skill right now. This is like one of the hardest things about Horizon 5. I think we got that. Somehow we managed to get that. But we are fighting for first place now. Important thing about these championships is you do not have to come in first place all 3 races. This is a seasonal championship, so it's based on points at the end of the 3 races. We'll be able to take a look at that leaderboard after this race, but we'll have a better look at it after the second race. So yeah, we're just gonna squeak up on the inside there, knock them off the road. These street races, or these seasonal championships too, each of these races, you really have to race a little dirty against these drivatars sometimes. They're not going to give you a break, so you got to do what you got to do sometimes. If you need to bump, you need to bump. That's just the way it is. We're looking good. This thing does feel really good, like once you're going. Again, it's just kind of getting used to it. I just came from doing the trial event, so I was literally racing on dirt in a slower car, a much slower car, so it just takes a second to get coordinated with, you know, something this fast again. But there's a first place finish in the Ferrari. And Eventually it will load the leaderboard for the race. So this is the race leaderboard here. You can see on the far right there, I got 20 points for coming in first place. If I hit continue, this is the championship leaderboard. So this is where all those points will be added up. So as you can see, we're sitting on top right now with 20 points. So we're gonna jump into the next one and into our next car. All right, and just before we do that, I do want to share a easy tip that can help some of you out. This map is very cluttered with a lot of different stuff because there's a lot to do in Forza. You can actually sort out when you're doing, when you're doing anything, but I always sort when I'm doing these seasonal championships. If you hit the right bumper, it'll bring up this map filter. So you can select it to where all of the stuff is off the map. So if I go back, there's nothing on the map now. And you can also set it to where it just shows seasonal events. So from there, you can see where your next race is. Anything in white is your current championship that you haven't done yet. So this is the race we just did. It's now orange with white cars. And then this one here, you can see it's got the white background with the orange cars. So that means we still need to do it. So we'll jump over here and do the next race. Okay, and here is our next car. This is the 2017 Aston Martin Vulcan AMR Pro. And the share code for the tune with this, along with the tuner's name and name of the tune, will be up on the screen as always. Something to note is you do not have to use 3 different vehicles for these races. I do this just to provide extra content for you guys. If you find one car that works for you, you can use that in all 3. I just use 3 just to show different options. So we're going to be jumping into Horizon Kaihara? I don't know. Jumping into the next race, and let's get started. Ooh, darker time here, which is usually typical for the street races. The other one was in daylight, wasn't it? I just realized that, or at least dusk. But off we go in our Aston Martin Vulcan. AMR stands for Aston Martin Racing. Just if you aren't aware, this thing is just really good too. This thing's really good without a tune on it. And being rear-wheel drive, it's really good. But all-wheel drive, this thing's a rocket. We are moving right up into first already. Looking good. So this thing, I've got 2 of these in my garage right now. I'm not even 100% sure how I got 2 of them. I'm assuming I got one through a wheel spin at some point. Maybe both of them through wheel spins. But it's hard to tell. The thing is really cool though. I really need to go through my garage and just try to do some videos with some of the cars, just showcasing them, because a lot of them just get overlooked, especially by me. I'm the worst about it, just kind of using the cars for this and then not actually doing anything else with them. But I really, ooh, that almost took us off that bridge. But I really want to go through and start, kind of doing some vehicle showcases just to see, pull out random cars and see what they're like and stuff, across different disciplines, taking an Audi, street racing, dirt racing, stuff like that. But let me know if that'd be something you'd be interested in down below. But like that, we're already at the finish line in our Aston Martin. Another first place finish here in the seasonal championship. And on the race leaderboard again, we got 20 more points if I hit continue. We're up to 40 in total, so we are still leading the pack by a good margin. And we're going to be leading into our last race. So we'll jump into that and jump into our final car. All right, and our final car is going to be the 2011 Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition. So if you played this game at all, you'll know that this thing is an absolute rocket. So we'll see how it does here. You could also use the normal Sesto Elemento if you've got it. The share code will be a little different because this one's obviously specific to the Forza Edition. But if you search by the championship, you should be able to find something there. So let's go ahead and jump into Jungle Descent and get our last race started and closed out. All right, here we go. Starting out on the bridge. Gonna be running through the jungle in our Sesto Elemento. Let's see what we can do here. Got a Veneno. I didn't even think about using that. The F40 in front of us. Pagani. I guess the speed tail back there. Got the 599XX Evo. I haven't actually used... Oh, we definitely missed that checkpoint. Oh man, that was blatant. Again, rewind. Saved me here again. I think this one's more going to be a high speed kind of race. Woo! We may not win this one. This one might be... This car might be a little slow. We get that checkpoint. Okay. They just drove each other off there. We'll take that. Poor guy. Alright, up into 5th. Again, we don't have to come in first. We just have to make sure that we're winning in points at the end of this race. We were ahead by 8 points. I don't remember what the actual math is on how points are distributed. I hit the brakes a little bit there. Let's see if we can pass this C. Okay. The guy up in first is the guy in second in the championship, so we need to make sure we at least get second place here. We should be fine. We're doing good through the turns. This is where this car should shine. It just like bites into the turns, really. And they may lose us here on the final little stretch. We do have some turns to go around, so maybe we can get some... maybe not. Ooh, we almost got in there at the end though. Okay, we'll take second though. I mean, this is a good point to show that you do not have to come in first on each of the 3 races to get the championship completed. So the Koenigsegg 1 might be a, I'm assuming that's the 1-1. Might be a good option there as well. At least the Drivatar's handled it really well. The Jesco is going to be a good option. I don't know that there's any like super duper bad options, quite honestly. But yeah, so we got 16 points there. We're going to end the championship with 56 in total. And if we go to the next screen, so don't worry about this screen. This is just the podium for the race itself. But if I hit continue, you can see that we did get the Ferrari F355 into our garage. Alright, but there we go. That is the After Party Street Racing Championship here in the winter season of Series number 5. To get the Ferrari F355 Berlinetta. Berlinetti? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. We did just drive it off through a guardrail and stuff. But, you know, nonetheless, we did have fun. We were able to get the championship completed. I really do assume that some people are going to have issues with that, just because the S-Class, or the S2 class Drivatars and controlling S2 class cars is not super easy. So I do feel for you if you are having issues. You can always do a co-op if you can find some others to assist you, but if you are having issues, leave them down in the comments below. Maybe you guys can tag up and help each other out. I also have a link to the Discord server, the Bomb Gaming Discord server, down below in the description. Definitely go check that out. It's another good place to find others to play with. You know, it's good for finding people to do trial events with, playground games, or just finding people to play with. Definitely go check it out if you haven't. But I do hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.